changed.
About how I make my clients look so natural and so beautiful and regenerated and youthful and not fake and made up. Well, it's a great question, and it takes a lot of precision and artistry, like I've mentioned in some other posts. But it's really the eye that I use. When I approach a client, I
the Grim Reaper that these bills are alive and well in the public, that public opinion, public sentiment
Good afternoon, brother. How you doing? Uh-oh.
Hey, there we go.
Okay. Gotta wait for the...
Going like super slow, man.
Yeah, the internet had to catch up, I think, for a second.
Right?
How's your day going?
Really well.
Okay, let me make sure that this is still feeding in here. Good. Yep. I got the whole OBS thing set up, so I'm trying to...
Oh, I got OBS Studio. That's how I do a lot of my videos.
By the way, Headliner, cool app. Bit of bit of a learning curve.
A little bit. You can make like pretty cool videos on there, or you can use their templates, which are really good too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just depends. I've made a couple videos doing that, you know, just using their templates.
Awesome.
But I don't know. I mean, it just depends. There's a lot of cool things you can do with it. I mean, free version has a lot of cool things that you can do. So I like it.
I'm up putts with the free version for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that it's basically after 10 free videos, you get 10 free a month. But after that, it puts a watermark in them. I don't give a shit about a watermark. I like that. I know that I like that people know what kind of software I'm using.
Just so much easier. All right. And we are absolutely live. Welcome, everybody, to Java Chat. Oh, hang on one second. Never hurts to get the right thing in play here with regards to the live stream. So there we go. All right, so cool. Welcome everybody to Java Chat. It's Coffee with Mike on an early afternoon on a Wednesday. We usually do these in the mornings at about 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. However, our guest today was pretty pressed with time. I'm stoked that I even got him because I know how busy he is. This is kind of nuts that I have him on Java Chat. I'm very thankful. The gentleman's name is Sean Douglas. Sean, thank you very, very much for joining me today.
I'm honored to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh, this is one of these kinds of interviews for me because we get to go looking at a few things that I'm pretty sure a lot of people are are going to get some good golden nuggets out of this with regards to business success, which is a lot of what we've been talking about. We talk about startups, we talk about business, how to run their business, market your business, blah, 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 all that stuff. And one of the things that I always love to do is bring on people that have a specific specialty, a specific niche. You've been on the, correct me if I'm wrong, you've been on the speakers side of things as far as business training, business motivation, business consulting, because you help people actually figure out systems and things of that nature. Why don't you give everybody a little piece of who Sean Douglas is, where you're from, what you're up to, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. So I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, but I am currently living in North Carolina, about an hour east of Raleigh in Goldsboro.
Oh, cool.
And joined the military in 2001, joined the Air Force on 9/12. I joined the Air Force on 9/12.
No way. Seriously.
So I was working at Discount Tire as a warehouse manager. It just so happens that today is 9/11.
Yeah.
You know, for those listening to the show, whenever it comes out, it is 9/11. And so, you know, if you know somebody that was affected by that, you know, today's the day you remember them.
Yeah.
I mean, you should remember them every day, but today is the day, you know, 18 years ago.
Yep.
And I was working at Discount Tire as a warehouse manager. I graduated high school with a 1.9 GPA and about 2.0-ish. And, you know, no hope of getting into college. Didn't care to go to college. And I was working at Discount Tire as a warehouse manager. And I remember I took off my work shirt and I was like, I'm out. I'm done. I'll see you later. And I went and picked up my younger sister from school, called my mom, let her know what was happening. They started closing down. So in Michigan, in Port Huron, they started closing down the bridges, the tunnels to Canada.
Sure.
Like they started closing Michigan off because you get to Canada 3 different ways in Michigan.
Yep.
And they started closing off like on the way to like all these places, man, the lakes and like, you know, everything goes to Canada all the way around Michigan.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I remember they started shutting it all down, you know, Canada too started shutting it all down from their side too.
Yep.
Nobody knew what was happening. And so, yeah, I was like, this is it. This is the catalyst. This is the moment, you know? And so 18 years later, you know, active duty Air Force, 2 years to go before retirement. And so I've built 4 businesses while serving in the military on active duty. I've built 4 businesses while serving, and they've gone, you know, multiple 6 figures. The one is brand new. The one hasn't gone 6 figures because I just started it like a couple months ago, but it's gonna get there. It'll get there probably next year, maybe the year after.
Sure. So couple of things.
That's what I love.
Well, a couple of things real quick. For anybody that is a loyal listener, they know I'll stop everything to do this because I honor our veterans, active duty and veterans, as well as revere our fallen, because without you guys, we probably wouldn't be what we are today at all. There have been many outside and inside threats that you've all defended us from, and we really thank you for your service while you're active duty. Thank you. And to our veterans, of course. I remember that day too. I forgot to mention that this is being shot on 9/11. I've been a little out of sorts. My story's a little different. I woke up. I'm from Hawaii, for those that don't know me, and I woke up to the sound of voices saying, "Go turn on the TV." Yeah, I get that every once in a while. And I did, and nothing's on. At 2 in the morning, Hawaii Standard Time, there's nothing on cable. There's nothing on TV. It's all infomercials. So went to CNN, and I looked at the screen. I went, wow, that looks like the World Trade Center is on fire. They filming a movie or something? And I looked at it. I went, no, that is the World Trade Center on fire. What the heck is going on? And at 2:30, I watched the South Tower get hit. That was the beginning of a very long day for me because my aunt passed away of cancer later that morning at about 5:20.
Oh, wow.
At the time, I was a minister, so guess who had to give last rites to my aunt? And at the same time, my ex-wife was pregnant with our son, and we took her for her normal checkup. He was due on the 13th, a day before my dad's birthday, who had just passed away the year before. So this is like all this stuff's running around and hit 1 o'clock. checkup. Doc comes walking out. Got to take your wife up and get induced labor. She has preeclampsia, and I'm like, no idea what that is. What does that mean?
Oh, wow.
And he's like, if we don't separate them, there's problems. And I was like, oh, honey.
She's retaining a lot of water.
Yeah, she was retaining that and a bunch of other stuff too. There was just a lot of punch. So it says, honey, hit the car. We're going up to the hospital. She goes, what about my stuff? I said, I'll go get it for you. You're going to the hospital. 11:27 that night, Hawaii Standard Time. The last thing that happened before 12. My son was born. So today's his 18th birthday.
Wow.
So yeah, it's yeah.
What a
So
day.
yeah, it was a
What
day,
a
and yeah,
day.
and 18 years later, I'm like, wow, I had a son back then. What a
day.
I mean, so many like stories like yours, dude. I mean, how do you all of a sudden just go, why are the bridges and tunnels are closing? What the hell's going on? And there really wasn't anybody saying anything because nobody knew yet.
The world stopped.
Yeah, it shut off completely.
I mean, everybody just stopped and goes, what is happening? Like, you know, and then there's like, well, are we getting attacked? Are we like, is it like, what happened? Is it only New York? Like, what's, you know, and so everything, and here's what I didn't know. And for the listeners, this is going to be some really interesting information because I didn't know that. There are and somebody's going to go, oh yeah, I knew that. There's always somebody who knew that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There's about 6 technically World Trade Centers.
Yeah.
But 6 world financial centers. Number 1, World Trade Center. Number 2 was somewhere else. Maybe it was like Hong Kong, or maybe it was whatever. And then Charlotte, North Carolina is like number 3.
Really?
And then it goes all the way across and so it bounces back like world banking systems and stuff. I didn't know that. There's literally, if you look, like, what happens if this one goes down? What happens if this one goes down? What happens if this one? So it's like, if something gets attacked, there's always a backup to the backup to the backup to like the world trade and like all that stuff. And I didn't know that. And when I moved to North Carolina, they talked about it. They're like, yeah, if we're ever attacked, you know, Charlotte's like number 3 on the list. Like, for what? Like, they become the world financial center.
Yeah.
They become the world financial center. And then there's one overseas, and then there's one over somewhere else. And then I thought that was so basically what happened was when the World Trade Centers were attacked, everything switched and they were starting to do business somewhere else so that the world could still keep going.
Yeah. So, but I
didn't know that.
I only knew about Singapore. That's the only.
Singapore is one. Yep.
I wasn't sure about Hong Kong. You just confirmed it. I did not know about Charlotte.
Charlotte's like
that's
number
news to me.
3 or something, 4 on the list.
It's cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like what? So.
And the only reason I know that about Charlotte is because I have somebody I know that works downtown Charlotte in that center. And so that's how because he literally is like, I would take over and I'm like, no kidding. So, but world, man, like it had global implications.
Yeah. The whole thing with like, cause like what is it? The South Tower, I believe. Was the one that you couldn't take tours on. I think the North Tower was tours. Yeah, okay. So the South Tower,
like that.
South Tower and North Tower both had telecom equipment in it, which is why everybody was having problems with their cell phones, because that was a major switch, if you will. And when the towers went down, everybody's cell signal went out, and it took the system a long time to reroute itself because that was the hub.
And it's not like we have 4G. You know, back in 2001, I mean,
we were still on analog.
Nextel phones.
Yeah, we were still on analog, so that stuff went out. It was like
Nextel was still around. You know, you had super long phones, super thick phones, like the Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell phone. I mean, it was like ridiculous. Like, it wasn't like, so it was analog. It was like the little bits of numbers. It looks like an alarm clock.
When texting, you had to press the button a few times to get the right letter and the right. Yeah, I remember that.
To type mom, you needed to tag like 11 sixes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like M, 1, 2, 3, and then you like text like a billion times just to get like 6 words out. It was
back in the day, we knew what efficiency was. That was so funny. You knew what efficiency was. It was like 1-word answers were not a big deal. Like today, if somebody says K, you're just like, don't say that, type, and it's like, bro, you have no idea what it was like back in the day. You had to sit there and do this.
You didn't have time. You're sitting there for a while, just texting like 4 words.
Yeah.
You know?
I was like, can you just call me?
Definitely acronyms and it's.
Oh, acronyms were everywhere. Oh my gosh, that was
Oh
hilarious.
yeah, man. Because it saved time.
Yeah.
Like I don't have time to text out this whole paragraph on this little
Exactly.
analog phone. Like I don't have time for that.
Exactly. Well, so anyway, but
Cool,
not
cool story.
to get back to it. So you went into the service. You've built
Mm-hmm.
3. You're building a 4th.
Yep.
What was the first one? How'd that come about? What'd you do?
So the first one was an entertainment company. I was overseas, and the parties over there are crazy, like ridiculous parties in Europe. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I remember going to Spain, and I'd go out at like 10:30 because nobody wants to go out at like 8,
No,
right?
no, everybody waits
It's
till
dinner.
like
It's like late night, right? Because everything closes at 2.
yeah.
Yeah, not in Spain.
No.
It's like 6. Like the bars
AM.
close at 6
AM.
a.m. Nobody goes to the bar until like midnight.
Mhm.
So I'm already like plastered, wasted at like 1, like ready to go home, and everybody's just getting there. Like, yeah, it was an adjustment.
Yeah, I bet.
I've been to, I lived in England, Scotland a bunch of times.
Oh, those guys I heard are fun to drink
France. France, Ireland, Wales, Norway, Spain, Italy twice. Belgium.
Did you make it to Ibiza?
Been to Amsterdam. That was pretty
That
cool.
was supposed to be a pretty interesting town.
That was pretty cool. So you have all these, places, and it's an adjustment, right? I mean, I've
Right.
never been there. I got to go into the culture, you
Right,
know.
right.
But the parties are just insane, and it's all house, hardcore,
Yep.
electronica.
Yep.
That type of music, house music, hardcore.
We were so far behind on
you know-
that stuff, dude. It was insane.
Yeah, it was all that was the big 3,
Mm.
and they used to call it happy hardcore
Wow.
in some places, happy hardcore, because it just hit beat like really fast and really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And people are drinking and there's just glow sticks everywhere. It was
Sure.
just raves, like it was just
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
So I got into that lifestyle. I got into that party scene. I got into that lifestyle. I learned from a bunch of DJs. I got some amazing DJs over there. So I started getting into some DJing. And in 2004, I'm like, I'm going to make this a thing because I'm already DJing at clubs. I learned it in 2002.
Nice.
And, I had shoveled snow, raked leaves, mowed lawns, paper routes. I've had jobs since I was like 12,
Mm-hmm.
whole life. And so in 2004, I created the entertainment company, and I'm from Detroit. So I remember MC Dougie Fresh.
Nice. I remember him.
Doug E. Fresh.
Yep. I remember.
So my last name being Douglas, everybody called me Dougie, Dougy.
Ah, nice.
So then it became, well, maybe I'll be DJ Dougie Fresh.
Ah.
So that I started using that for a while, and then I came out with the entertainment company called Fresh Entertainment.
There you go.
So I used that the whole thing because that's what stuck.
Yep.
And so Fresh Entertainment, and the whole thing that stuck out was like, we are refreshing. We don't do the same things that people do all the time. We created experiences. So I brought that European style back to the United States and started doing foam parties, started doing weddings and quinceañeras and all that stuff. And then I got into conferences. And then I used to be a hype man for conferences. And I was like, these speakers are really good. Like, this is so cool. But I never got into speaking. So I was doing, me and my team, we were DJing bars, clubs, parties, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then from 04 to 08, that's what we did. And we had 4 DJs. We had 2 AV guys. We had a videographer. We had a photographer. There's like 9 of us, like running this whole big company. I mean, we're booked every weekend. We were like crushing it.
There's money. There's money in that business.
Oh
dude.
my God. The events, man, because what I know about it is that they want an experience.
Yep.
People buy experiences. That's why
Yep.
Disney World,
Yeah.
Six
yeah.
Flags,
Yep.
Cedar Point,
Yep.
SeaWorld, these theme parks,
Mhm.
all you're buying the experience. That's why the highest roller coaster, the tallest roller coaster, it's not mediocre.
No, it's the fastest,
Nobody
the
wants
scariest,
mediocre,
the
right?
craziest.
What's
it's always the big deal. Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
So we took that and we created, a party. We created an experience. We created an environment. So Fresh Entertainment. We came in and gave a fresh mix to everything. And that was the first one I did. And then I got relocated in 2008 to go be a drill instructor Plus, I developed alcoholism at this point. I don't want to say alcoholism. I was drunk all the time.
Yeah, you're functional.
Every day. I lived the bar scene. I lived the bar. I mean, I was racking up $200 bar tabs on a Friday and $300 bar tabs on a Saturday.
Wow.
I'm like, who wants a shot? Who's getting shots? You know, I'm buying the whole bar a shot, you know, because I just got paid a couple grand to do this party as a DJ.
Yep.
I'm like, everybody's getting drunk, you know, and so I was the party guy.
Yeah.
Well, that party guy lifestyle gets you into a habit of people like me when I buy them shots, but they don't like, come hang out with me. They're like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But hey, if you're going to be at that party,
let me know. Let me know.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Let me know. And then I'm just, So anyway, in 2007, my house burned down.
Oh.
And so that was kind of the end of that towards, you know, so St. Patrick's Day had a massive party DJing at this place, and my house burns down. And then, you know, that takes a toll on itself, lost a lot of friends. And then the business started kind of tanking, and I had lost some friends because I made some bad business decisions. And then in 2008, it started closing down. And then by September of 2008, I was bought out. They were like, get out of here. You're done. So I got bought out, and then tried to take my life in 2008. So that's what it culminated as, is I tried to take my life in 2008. I lost pretty much everything. Wife and kids gone, military's kicking me out. I got bought out of my own business. I lost that, lost friends, lost people I cared about and loved. And I was left to my own vices.
Oh, wow.
And it almost cost me my life.
Wow.
But luckily, military was there to pick me back up. Friends reached out to me, people who really cared about me, helped me get back on my feet. And they said, you need to go be a drill instructor. You need to go tell your story. You need to go take what you've learned this past year with your house burning down, with this business, with this. You need to go bring that into a mentor and guidance role.
Yeah,
I was
totally.
like, whatever, let's do it. So got some help, you know, talked to some chaplains, which helped. Talk to some chaplains, talk to some therapists, you know, way overdue therapy from like childhood, like fourth grade, like childhood abuse type stuff that just was repressed. Yeah. But then when I drank, it came out. So relationships suffered. It was just, I wasn't a good person. And 2009, I became a drill instructor. And then my life just completely got transformed at that moment.
And that's what you're doing now, active duty?
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I think
the second business I built was buying storage units at auction.
Oh yeah,
and flipping the contents like Storage Wars.
Yeah.
Except I can claim that I did it before Storage Wars because I have the receipts to prove it. But that swear to God, like that show came out. I'm telling you, I was a year in, and that show came and it ruined everything. A storage unit that I would pay $200-300 for. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna make a ton of money on this. These little rookie rooks over here like 1,000.
Oh no!
Nothing in here worth 1,000. So for almost a year, units that are $200 or $300 would go for $500, $800, $1,000.
Oh.
It was sucked. I was like, come on. And then my claim to fame, I think it's on this computer somewhere. I was on Texas Storage Wars for 12 seconds.
Really?
12 seconds. They got so the guy's panning, and they're like bidding, right? And
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, right here, you know. And I'm in the back, and then this guy bids, and then we lock eyes, and he goes, right here, and he's like staring at me, and I was like, going once, going twice, yeah. And he goes, oh, he didn't get it, and I was just staring at him, and I was like, right here, you know. And I was so obnoxious about it. So then
you were just psyching him out. That's what that was. You were psyching him out.
Oh yeah, man. Everybody made fun of me. Because they watched the show and they're like, no way. It was so awkward. I was like, yeah. You know, this is like super like, it was ridiculous. And I got noticed as that guy, but man, my wife and I mean, we're talking like $4,000 weeks, man. Like immediately start like $4,000, $5,000 weeks. The best unit we got was a Jewish unit. I know it was a Jewish unit because it had a box of books in there that says how to be a Jew. Life of a Jew.
Great.
Judaism. Life as a Jewish, you know, whatever. It had a 32-piece silverware set.
Oh no, that's awesome.
2 96-piece china sets, one bone china, one ivory china, a 13-piece china set, a 9-piece china set, and antique furniture. We got it for $350.
Dude, you had to make a killing on that.
Profit of over $5,000.
Holy cow!
And they had pure, two silver shot glasses that were stamped 1893. It was ridiculous.
I wouldn't have sold those.
Oh yeah. Oh, I sold everything.
Oh,
I'm not a keeper. I'm not a keeper. I'm not a hoarder. I get it. I sell it.
I would have that would have went on my mantle. That would have been like, yeah. Want a shot?
Maybe a offer.
Yeah.
Which kind of I think you're right. I think that
you weren't in that.
Maybe
you
I
weren't in
sold
that.
too
You,
soon.
you weren't in that frame at that time. Your frame was business. It wasn't about collecting.
Yeah,
I completely get that.
No overhead, like no.
Yeah, no. I completely get that. That's now we're at where we're at now. Of course, we would look at something like that and go,
Oh yeah. Now I'm looking at it as investment. Now
Yeah.
I'm looking at
Yeah, which is so you went through the Storage Wars deal. That was number 2. What was number 3?
Number 3 is what I'm doing now with the Success Corps, which is an entrepreneurship speaker and business owners academy.
Oh, cool.
My vision behind me is a whiteboard.
Yep.
And on the whiteboard is my main vision. My main vision is to be the global premier entrepreneurship speaker and business owner academy, teaching those demographics on how to do it the right way.
Ooh.
Not the mainstream way, not the way that people want you to do it. It's the right way to do it.
Good. You just gave me a complete open door to go run down a hallway that I'm like dying to get your opinion on. Only because when we kind of lightly talked about this before we started this. There's a right way to do it, and there's a wrong way to do it. And for the people that don't know, just because it's mainstream does not mean it's the right way. And correct me if I'm wrong, most times it's even more true than most think. Would that be accurate?
It's a case by case. It really is a case by case basis.
In other words, there's no template.
Always going to be a wrong way.
Yeah.
Unethical. I know so many. Listen to me. I am on record on this show, Michael, saying that I am not a millionaire, and I will never claim to be until I am.
Yep.
There are those I personally know of that have a 9-to-5 job. There's literally a guy who works at FedEx. I know this because we talk. He works at FedEx. His whole social media profile is nothing about entrepreneurship and how he builds businesses and how he's this guy and this guru and this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy. Never once does he say, I woke up at 6:30 in the morning because I had to be to work at 7:30 at FedEx and I had to drop off packages and this, that, and the other. He doesn't talk about that. He talks about entrepreneurship. And I was like, why don't you talk about your side hustle as a side hustle, not your main hustle? He's like, yeah, but people think less of me and they won't hire me. And I'm like, well, how much business do you have now? He's like, I mean, like I got business, but I mean, it's not where I want it to be. I'm like, then talk about your struggle.
Yeah.
Then talk about being transparent.
Yeah.
You're telling people to do these things, but you're not doing them yourself.
Yep.
So I am active duty military. I have a military job. My businesses, which first of all, the first one I was bought out of, I already went into that. The second one, this is how, by doing it the right way, and I'm not bragging, this is straight fact. If you do it the right way, you build a legacy.
Yep.
We moved from San Antonio, Texas to North Carolina in 2013. We closed the store January 14th of 2013. We closed January 14th. We got to North Carolina January 24th. So since January 14th of 2013, I've been closed down. Last week, I got a phone call. Hi, is this Sean from Vintage Dreams? This is Sean, but Vintage Dreams has been closed since 2013. Oh, well, I got a referral from somebody who used to do business with you and gave me your business card and said that you buy, sell, and collect antique and collectibles. I said, I do, but I'm in North Carolina. And they're like, oh, well, can you give me a price quote on something? And she literally wanted to do business with me. I was like, I'm closed down. I don't do this anymore. Like that, like giving that referral. Still, 6 years later, I get phone calls. Hi, is Vintage Dreams? And I promise you, Google Vintage Dreams and we come up in San Antonio, still all over Google. Our stuff is still there and people still call, buy, sell, trade, antique and collectibles.
Yeah.
We were the hottest thing in San Antonio. We were right outside the gate of Lackland Air Force Base.
That's where my brother went to basic.
Right way. I marketed it the right way.
Yeah.
I did foundational business stuff the right way.
Yeah.
And this is what happens. A legacy gets built.
I think too often a lot of people run to the gurus because of the flash and the flare and I'm rich and I have this or have that. And there was a little bit of debunking on a few of them going, yeah, they just rent the cars to make it look like they're rich. They're not really rich. They do the fake it till they make it, and yet the actual results are still not quite there. Building the legacy the right way. I mean, as an example, me too. I used to actually write for entrepreneur.com, the online version, as one of their marketing experts. I had somebody just earlier this year, I think, and then once last year, literally write me and go, hey, did you write this article? And they put the link in, and I'm like, holy sheesh, that was written back in like 08, 07. What do you? That's like, yeah. How can I help you? They're like, I could use some help on some marketing strategy. I'm like, are you serious? The stuff that I wrote's like out of date. Like seriously out of date. I mean, the stuff that I wrote was good for that time because it was what you needed to do. And I'm like, happy to chat. So again, like you said, if you're setting the right foundation, and I should probably start writing more articles again, but you set the right foundation.
Write a Medium. Go on Medium and write about your stuff.
Yeah.
Like literally, you could write Medium articles.
Yeah.
And then you just post that or LinkedIn articles. And
that's
maybe
what I'm doing.
Write that once a week. You literally have your own platform.
Yep.
You have Medium, you have Quora, you have LinkedIn. Start writing articles.
Yeah.
and then publish an article once a week. Maybe every Monday you come out with, like John Maxwell has Minute with Maxwell. If you're on his email list, he'll send out a 1-minute video.
Yep.
I don't know if it's every day or I don't know what it is.
I think it's once a week.
Minute with Maxwell.
Yeah.
I think once a week or something.
Yeah.
You could literally do the same thing. Mondays with Michael.
Yeah. Ooh.
You could literally do a 1-minute video and say, hey guys, Monday with Michael, or Mondays with Michael, 8 a.m. because you do your show at like 8:30 your time.
Yep.
So let's say 8 a.m. You get on Facebook Live or whatever platform you're gonna use, and you do a 1-minute live every Monday. Say, hey guys, I wish you the best week ahead. Today's article is going to be about entrepreneurship from the CMO standpoint,
right?
Or it's going to be, I'm going to give you some podcasting tips and everything. The article is going to be on Medium, and you can go here by clicking this. I'll see you guys on that platform. Just let them know where you're going to be.
Yep.
Done.
Yep. Yeah. Totally.
You know what I mean, hey, grab my freebie from my website or whatever.
Yep.
Join my email list, and then I'll email my list the Medium or Quora or LinkedIn article. I'll email you the article, or you can just go right to the website, look me up there. And right on my website, I'll have a link. Just do that. So thank you guys for your support. And if there's something that you want me to write about, send it into whatever email. And, that's how you build your community. Tell them like, whatever you want me to write about, I'm going to write about it, and then I'll quote you inside of there, or I'll mention you.
Yeah.
Hey, this question comes from Susie in Illinois, and she wants to know this. And that's how you start your article, and then write about it.
Yep.
That's what I would do.
So in case anybody didn't just catch that was a full-blown strategy. that was an absolute full-blown strategy what he just laid out there.
It just comes. I don't know. It's weird. My brain's ridiculous.
No,
like
but that's see, and that's over half of like I have another friend that's just like that. Young kid who's up in Portugal right now. He's one of the digital nomads, but he's one of those kids that if he puts out digital content, if he tells somebody how it works, he will put all the gurus on notice by literally giving away what they would normally charge people to teach. And they get mad at him all the time for doing it. But
I was just going to say that, man, do you know how many messages I get from people? Who do you think you are?
You're giving away our secrets
today.
It's not a secret.
Right? I had a post today and I said, tell me what is the most funniest.
Oh yeah, I saw that post.
I hate the word thing.
Yeah.
I can't stand the word thing. I can't remember what I wrote, but it was like, let me know what the funniest moment is, or what's the funniest strategy, or what's the whatever funniest thing you've seen in business. Mine is, listen, Michael, today and today only, my program is $12,000.
Yeah.
It is actually
only today.
Actually, a retail value with all my bonuses, it's about $30,000. But today, At this event only, it's $97.
Just
$97
just for you for the next 20 minutes.
For the next 5 minutes. It's like, wow, Kevin Harrington, like that was his idea. Like, he's the inventor of the infomercial, right? Kevin Harrington was the one who said, but if you buy now, we'll add in a second one for you for free. Like, it's a freaking infomercial.
Yeah.
I never discount my stuff. I never discount my stuff. I just add more to it.
Yeah.
I have this one thing. It's $47. Tell you what, for $97, I'll throw in a 30-minute phone call. Tell you what, my stuff is priced for $97. For free, I'll throw an hour phone call in.
Yep.
I'll throw this in. The price never changes, because here's what happens in business. And I want everybody to pay attention to this. Again, let me preface, I'm not a millionaire, and I'm okay with that. Let me tell you what I do. I create multiple six-figure businesses. That's what I do. If you're, and I'm okay with not building $1 million businesses, but I've built multiple six-figure businesses on the side, 3 to 4 hours a day. Some people it takes 8, 9, 10, 12, 18 hours a day. Guess what? I do it in a quarter of the time. So that's more I'm kind of qualified. Here's what I want people to know.
Kinda.
There's 2 ways to do business. Right? There's 2 ways to do business. It's either a race to the top or a race to the bottom.
Everybody's racing to the bottom these days. It's really bad.
Either going to price yourself so high that, well, I only do high ticket closers. Instead of selling to 100 people, I can sell to 5 people and make $1 million. Or I could sell $10,000 products to 100 people or 1,000 people. Or maybe I'll just whittle that down to 2 people, pay 100. I know people who $100,000 a year to work with me. $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay. Tony Robbins, it's $1 million.
Yep.
Tony Robbins, straight up, he tells you it's $1 million to work with me. You pay me $1 million, and I'll help you build the business.
Yep.
And that's great. If I had $1 million, I would definitely give it to Tony Robbins, because he's like billions of dollars.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I cannot tell you how to get to a 7-figure business because I've never been to 7 figures. You want to make over 500,000? You want to get to the most I've ever, like most business that we almost hit $1 million. God, we almost hit $1 million. If I wouldn't have messed around, I'd have been a millionaire. But I messed around, threw my life away, and that's what I have to live with. And I'm okay with that because it's a learning process.
Yep.
You either race to the top because you're a high ticket closer, whatever the hell that means, or you are a race to the bottom, which means that, well, 297, I'm 197. Oh, I'm 97. Oh, I'm 47. I'm free. I'll just give it to you. Like, you race to the bottom, you devalue yourself.
Yeah.
If you maintain your value, people will take notice.
Yep. Agreed.
Period.
Agreed.
Period.
Yep.
And they will do business with you, not because they have to, but because they want to.
Mm-hmm.
You position yourself in the marketplace as somebody who is credible, ethical, gets results, and has the same core values as somebody, and you share the core values. You have a problem that you can solve for somebody. If you're experiencing this, guess what? I have the solution. So you market the problem, not the solution, and people are drawn to you because of your core values, not big flashy signs and click funnels. And hey, I'm happy for those guys. I'm super pumped for those guys who made millions of dollars and they're 2 Comma Club award winners. And that's awesome. That's great. However, I have not seen any of the results of those Comma Club winners. I've not met one person who goes, man, I got with that one guy, Steve or Jake or whoever, man. And I got that one guy, man, and I took his program and I made $1 million from that guy. He's a 2 Comma Club award winner. I haven't met anybody like that. What I've met is, hey, Michael, amazing show, amazing business guy. He knows what the heck he's talking about, and he got me out of the funk, and now I'm on my way to making 7 figures, and I owe it to that. That's what I hear all the time from people like you and me.
Yeah. I
hear all the time, I was stuck. Now I'm not stuck.
Yeah.
Now I feel better. I'm not as stressed, and I can go and build, whatever business.
It's, what's really interesting is that with what, partially with what I do, that is an element of that business consulting, is because you always run into people that have that problem. And a part of that problem isn't necessarily the business. It's not necessarily the process. It's not necessarily the system. In fact, a lot of times that problem stands in their own brain first. Stemming from what we were talking about earlier, possibly needing therapy or possibly needing some kind of consulting of some sort. And we and again, I'm not one of those millionaires either. I don't claim to be. I never have. I have my side hustles. I'm always looking for other stuff. I mean, dude, I did mortgage loans. And I mean,
Yeah.
I've been getting calls to go back into it, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do that because I'm still involved with a spirits company and I still have this stuff going on. It can be a lot.
Yeah.
But having the means to be able to look from the outside at somebody else's storm and go, hey, here's the reason that your storm is so powerful is because of this. And if you can just deal with this one thing for now, I bet that storm will slow down enough that you can see through it all, and you can probably find your way to your end. I think,
but everybody wants it now, though.
Yeah,
like, why?
Because it's a magic bullet fast win, and that's what the gurus preach. I can get you there in 6 months. Bullshit. Not gonna happen. It doesn't work like that.
Now, let me take that on. I can take a speaker, a new speaker, old speaker, whatever. I can show them strategies that will get them booked today.
You just did recently, actually.
I did.
Like just last
Somebody
week I saw.
challenged me.
Yeah, no, I saw that post. And then you threw out some other value on a deal about what websites to go to and start looking for the connections. I saw that.
Yeah, so if you want to speak to associations, go here. You want to speak to colleges, go here. If you want to do this, go here. And then a guy messaged me and goes, dude, I just got booked. I'm like, there you go. Like, you know what I didn't say? I'm not going to make you a millionaire today or 6 months from now or a year from now. If you want a 10x your profits, let me tell you something. If you made $1 in May and I 10x your profits, what would you be making? $10.
Yeah.
Sure, we could do that. Sure, we could do that. You want to 10x your profits from $1 to sure.
You remind me of that commercial of then the two M&Ms are sitting in the executive's office and they're trying to get a pay raise, and he goes, "I'll triple your pay," and they're done, and they walk out. Wait, how much do you get paid? Nothing.
Right. What the problem is they are preaching that like instant gratification, and they're playing to the internet, and people are playing to that, so that I want it now.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
My mindset is I just love doing it. That's like, I just love being on podcasts. There'll be a time where I am like, for example, I'll have Jeff Hoffman on the show. Jeff Hoffman's the founder of Priceline.com.
Yeah.
In October, we're speaking at an event, or I'm speaking at an event that he's speaking at. But anyway, Jeff Hoffman is speaking at an event called One Life Fully Lived.
Nice.
I, too, am speaking at this event.
Nice.
I've been a drill instructor from 2009 to 2013, speaking, colleges, high schools, different events. 14, started doing some resilience training, started doing these little events, USO, Red Cross, all this other stuff. 16, started really getting traction, really started working the business, really started getting a lot of speaking engagements. 16, wrote my first book. 17, started my radio show. 18, starting the coaching programs and really crushing it.
Yep.
You know, 19, started my clothing line. What's going to happen in 2020? I don't know. Maybe it's going to be an online program. Maybe it's, you know how much fun I'm having when I come out with new programs? You know how much fun it is to sit on podcasts and just have a conversation with somebody? It's amazing.
Yeah.
I, at one time, will be as high, if not higher, than Jeff Hoffman, who was an amazing guy. I spoke a long time ago at an event that he was at, met him. He is an absolute amazing guy. He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
At one time, I will be a billionaire. I don't know when that'll be. I might be 85. I don't know. I'll be a billionaire.
You're how old now?
36.
Oh yeah, you got years, dude. One of the
but I've already said it. I'm not gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna be a billionaire.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna invent something. I don't know.
Something will happen.
Something.
Something will happen when the right time comes, and when it does, just don't forget us little guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That won't happen.
No, it's. Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, like, you have to have an end result. What is the end result?
Yeah.
You know, and most people don't know. You know, what makes me really upset is somebody says, and this is literally what somebody told me. Well, why would I hire you to speak? Oh, well, it's an entrepreneur conference. A lot of veterans, you know, are getting out of the military, and I want to talk to the veterans about building businesses.
Yeah.
I've built 4 businesses while being on active duty military orders, and have gone to 6 figures. Yeah, but you're not a millionaire, so like I've got millionaires coming. I'm like, that's cool, that's awesome. Like, nothing against them, if you don't want, if your qualifications of you have to be a millionaire, there's a couple of reasons why I don't think that's true. Is there's a net worth millionaire where your liabilities,
Yep.
right, taken
Yep.
away from your income, whatever.
Yep.
Like you become a net worth of a millionaire, or do you have $1 million in the bank, or do you have assets that
Yeah.
are like, what is your definition of like, do you have monthly revenue of $1
Yep.
million? Like, what is your, he's like, just like, I've got people coming that are $1 million businesses. I'm like, that's awesome.
And, well, that would be my next question: is what kind of $1 million businesses do they have? Are they just $1 million trainers? That doesn't tell me that they've actually built a $1 million business. And
right,
if you
did
got
they buy out somebody, did
yeah,
they buy in? Like, what's the like? How did they get there? How long
do
did
they
it
have
take
investors?
Is it,
yeah, what was their strat?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have $1 million business, like, is that the valuation that I apply to that business? Do I just say that it's worth $1 million? Like who evaluated that? Who said that? Well, let me see your tax. I mean, if you want to compare tax returns, let's compare tax returns. I don't care.
Yeah, I worked with somebody for a while who is considered a millionaire. I won't say too much because he's pretty well known, but I was business development guy for a while. And when I looked at what he did and what he was like, two different guys from stage to back room, and we parted amicably. I mean, we just kind of like, yeah, you know what, your business model is not something I can work with. I get what you do, and that's cool, but
sure.
He's never really built a traditional business. He's built a speaking business, and why you can do really well in building a speaker's business. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
The difference between what he's done and what you've done, you've actually built businesses. I've yet to see anything that he's actually built. Not to mention there were investors, and I mean,
yeah.
Over time, you're gonna do one of two things. Over time, you're either gonna bootstrap it and build it on your own. You're gonna angel invest it and lose most of it, or you're gonna venture capital invest it later, and hopefully by that time be ready to step out. Now you're talking
and buy them out because those VCs are going to own part of the equity of the company.
Well, the angels do too. Angels actually took more. Yeah, totally.
That's why Shark Tank is what it is. And if you if you really know business, you see what's going on. Well, I'll give you $100,000 for a 10% equity, whatever. Well, okay, he's valuing at $1 million. I'll give you $100K at 20% equity. I'm going to give it, whatever. I love it when they say I'm offering 5%. And the Sharks are like, what am I do with 5%? Like, I'll tell you what, I'll give you X amount of dollars for that 5%, and then I got royalties, and then because they want more of the money, right?
Oh,
so
sure.
if you really understand business and you know what's going on, and you just do math, like do the numbers, you'll find out what's going on, and then you'll find out that cool, they made that guy a millionaire, but those Sharks made out.
Oh,
boy.
they always make
those
out.
Guys, they made a ton of money.
They make out all the time.
To what that owner made.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Owner's a figurehead.
Those guys have contacts. That's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
Please understand that when you watch shows like Shark Tank and you see those VCs and you get those angel investors, that angel investor is probably Tony Robbins' golf buddy.
Probably.
It's probably Gary Vaynerchuk's left-hand man.
Yep.
It's probably Grant Cardone's money person.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably, you know what I'm saying? It's Jack Ma's cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
Guys and millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And they know how to put it to work because number one, they know the business. Number two, they have the contacts. Can you imagine if you and I had contacts at CBS, NBC, ABC, QVC?
No, geez.
We'd be millionaires.
Easily.
But guess what? The barrier to entry?
Yeah, it's always that.
Money.
Well, it's funny.
Barrier to entry is always money.
It's funny because I used to actually work with a small angel investment group. There was about 5 guys in it. And I was kind of like the guy that went out looking for deals for them because they were in tech and so on. And I had a conversation with the guy I was closest to, and I said, "So, what's the power of this group? How much is this group like net worth?" And he's like, "The net worth of the group? Not much. The group behind them, billions." And I went, "Well, what do you mean the group behind them?" He goes, "We are one group. There's 485 more behind us that we can put you to if we don't want it, if we think it's worth it." I was like, "How many?" It's 485.
Holy crap.
I'm like, "Okay, and how does that work?" He goes, "Well, if they go through us and we don't take them, and we develop their pitch deck, their plan, their financials, and all that stuff, and it looks good, we will put them in a theater on stage to pitch 485 other angel investors. I'm like, and that's worth billions. He goes, I really can't put a number on it because it's constantly fluctuating, but it never goes under, I think he said it never goes under 8.
Good God.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of really big whales in that group, and
I'm sure.
I'm like, okay. I understand that there was not long ago a different group. There was a trillionaire as a part of their little group, and he was the. I had a feeling it was the quiet one, and it was later confirmed. I'm like, everybody here on the boat's really cool, except him. He's like really introverted. Yeah, he's introverted for a reason. And then when they told me later after everybody left the boat, he goes, so that guy you were talking about that was so quiet. I was like, yeah. I mean, he's a nice guy, but he just wouldn't say shit. And he's like, yeah, he's a trillionaire. He can't say shit. He lets out the wrong words and things can go sideways for him. He's just not going to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and
a lion doesn't have to
no, never. Nor does a shark.
not have to tell you.
Nope.
You can just tell. You can just look at him and go, "There's
Something about that." Yep.
Let's go the other way. Sometimes the loudest people on Facebook and social media and all these people that say, "I'm an entrepreneur," and are screaming it, are what I call Facebookpreneurs. That's what I call them, Facebookpreneurs.
It's got to be absolutely true, dude. You and I probably, in fact, you and I could probably go through Facebook right now through a few of the gurus, and you and I probably both know them, and we can go, nope, not that one. Nope, not that one.
Nope, not it. Yep. There's conversations. I have conversations all the time. I have conversations literally with people that are like, man, honestly, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I have these conversations and I'm like, dude, your content was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, that was an amazing piece of content. Are you like, you're using that, right? And you're like, well, I just learned it because I was reading or I was listening or I was doing that. And I tried these things and yeah, it's kind of working, but man, I don't know if I could do this and it's hard. And I'm like, what? Like, wait, you're broke? Like, wait, what? Like, I look at you as somebody I look up to, like, you're successful as hell.
Yeah.
Like, you're crushing it. You're on so many stages. And, like, you talk about how you've got this client and that client and this guy. And you just got a $30,000 contract.
Yeah.
And here's the difference. I get a $30,000 contract. Somebody just paid me $30K.
Yeah.
This guy gets a $30,000 contract. It's paid in payments over 6 months at $5,000 a month.
No,
and I'm like, what?
No, that's
no, dude, up front, homie.
Yep.
Like,
straight out.
What do you do? Like, if someone's gonna give me money, like, well, can I pay in payments? I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I guess if you want to, but normally, if you're gonna give me a $30,000 contract, it's up front.
Yeah.
It's $30K. This is my price.
You pay it, I show up, and I perform.
That up front.
Yeah.
Right, 100%.
Yep.
So it's heartbreaking for me to have these conversations, and I love it. I love, I had a conversation, and the guy literally after 20 minutes was like, "You just made me feel like a piece of crap. You literally just made me feel like I know nothing about business." Like, well, I just think that you're solving the wrong problem. I think you're solving a superficial problem. It's not actually the problem you solve. I think that you got to go deeper, and I think that this is the problem. He's like, dude, I experience that every day. I'm like, so then solve that problem.
Yeah, totally.
And he goes, dude, I have so much work to do.
Yeah.
20 minutes. He tells everybody in my circle. He tells everybody at the event. He tells everybody, he's like, man, I just had this conversation. Blew my mind, man. I suck. I was like, well, I don't want you to. No, that's not what I want you to do. I see things differently.
Yeah.
And this is how you fix it. Months go by. Now all of a sudden he's doing really well. It's like I don't exist. It's like the people that he talked to, like he don't exist. He got to another level and now we don't exist. And that's cool.
No,
and I don't care. But I have these
blows.
heartbreaking conversations with people who are ready to give up. And I just tweak a couple things and 20, 30 minutes, they're off and running.
Yeah.
And I derive value, not from the money I get, but from the value that I give others.
Yeah.
If you're stuck, if you have a podcast, if you own a business, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're struggling right now, tell people tell people like, man, I had a client who I got him on podcasts. I got him booked to speak. I got him positioned in the marketplace correctly. I got him on media. I did all this stuff for him. And then he's like, you scammed me.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we know that one.
What?
Yeah, we know that one.
How? You promised me 10 speaking engagements in 3 months and you only got me 6.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, well, excuse me, dude. How much money did you make? You promised to get me on 10 podcasts and you got me on 8. Yeah, and you only paid me half the money to do all that, and you still owe me the other half. You scammed me.
Yeah, that's exactly how some people are.
What?
Yeah.
What? You know what? Keep the other half of the money. I don't want it. We're done.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need the money. I don't, and I literally don't do this for the money. I derive value from right now giving value to your audience, right now giving value to you.
Yep.
Somebody's going to hear this, resonate with it, send you a message. You go, man, you and Sean's conversation was amazing. I really resonated with it. And, you know, Michael, I'd love to do business with you. Or somebody will want to do business with me.
Yeah.
And say, man, I loved your conversation. I want to do business with you. And then Michael is going to get some money in a PayPal or a paycheck somewhere for having a referral fee, because I pay out referral fees, you know, to podcasts and stuff that people want to do business with me. They heard me on the show.
Yep.
Now they want to do business with me. I pay the host money.
Yep.
I don't need the money. I derive value from the value that I give others.
You're like one of the rarities,
So
dude, out there.
It just happens that I get paid well to do it.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
So,
I think
but
if
I don't.
Sorry, I was gonna say I think if a lot more people took, you know, Gary talks about this too. Is this what makes you happy? Because it's not about the cash. It shouldn't be about the money. If it's about the money,
does?
Gary V.
Oh yeah.
Now,
in
just yeah.
Like,
but there's some stuff
I'm
that
in
he
the
says.
military, like, but that dude, God, man, that dude, like every other word is a swear word.
I get
totally,
that.
Look, man, I'm in the military and I live the bar life and I get the sailor talk. Like, I get it, but it's like,
It is who he is. I get that. I look more at the fact that he's very
great,
clear.
don't get me wrong, he's amazing.
He's good on the fact that you should be working on what makes you happy, which is what we
100%.
do. Yeah, and that's where I put my focus on. Is like, look,
Yep.
is this because you want to do it, or is it because some guru said you can go make a killing with it? Because if you're still looking, because I did that.
Right.
I did that back in like 06 to 08. I was reaching for brass rings that I had no experience and no idea how to do it. The mere fact that I did what I did was bloody amazing. But if you're doing it because you're happy, for a good portion of my life, I was a musician. I played music for 15 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
7 days a week, it gets not so awesome. It was no longer fun. A lot of it was canned, and it was just like, it was a burnout. But it was not a bad life. It was still good. I still had, at the time, I was in Hawaii. I was at home. I had family, you know.
Right.
Now I'm the dad. My father passed away. I still have my mom. My mom's 81 now. She still goes to the gym 3 times a week. How's that?
What?
Yep.
That's awesome.
81.
Have you seen The Fittest Lady?
Oh yeah. What was her name? She's like 80.
It starts with an M.
She's like 80 something.
or
Yeah,
88 or
86.
something?
Yeah, 86.
She's a bodybuilder.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, how's that? Wow,
What?
freaking awesome. Yeah, so
Like, I'm 36. I'm like, ugh.
I know, right? We're all sitting here going, we have hormonal issues, and then you look at her and you go,
Yeah,
okay,
well,
you're ruining it for us. You're taking away
Right?
excuses. It's not
It's like,
good.
you take away all my excuses. Ugh.
Oh, and then you
I
get into stuff like what's the other apps? Instagram and TikTok, and you got these guys that are amputees doing major power cleans with heavy weights, and you're going,
Yep.
this is wrong. You're not fair. That's not right. That's just not
I
right.
suck.
Obviously, in some of the conversations that you have with people and the couple that I have with people, we do the same thing, because it's kind of like, why don't you just do that? Oh yeah, I've been thinking about doing that. Why are you still thinking about it? If you've been thinking
Right.
about it, you should already have the feeling that that's what you ought to do, right? And they're like, yeah, you just gave me something today that I hadn't thought about, because I don't write for Medium. I put my stuff on LinkedIn. So totally, why not? I do have my landing pages and stuff, but what you just suggested, I'm taking, and thank you. And if anything comes of it, you know, I'm one of those. I don't care. I like creating content that people look at and go, right there. That's what it is. That's the answer.
Perfect.
You know, and it's not about me implementing it for them. It's like if they read it and they're like, no, I got it, and you're the guy that came up with the information. Cool.
Sure.
I'm happy. I'm
Have
fine
you
with
ever heard of Answer the Public?
Yes.
AnswerThePublic.com.
Yep.
Everybody listening right now, pause and go to AnswerThePublic.com.
That dude.
Now, for free, you're going to get 3 searches a day for free.
Yeah.
But all you do is search your topic once.
Yep.
And then just write down all the questions.
Yep.
So Answer the Public is a website that is a
query. It's a query site. It's a query site. Yeah. Yep.
Right. So I type in how to monetize a podcast because we're on a podcast right now,
Yep.
right? How do I monetize a podcast? Type that in. How do I monetize a podcast? Then it's gonna have maybe 100 questions. How do I monetize a podcast? What do I do to monetize a podcast? And it's going to give you a bunch of variations. If you click on a question, it takes you to Google and where everybody is asking that question. So there's 2 ways you can do this. One, go to those places that are asking those questions. Quora, Medium,
Yep.
LinkedIn, social, right?
Yep.
Or you write a blog or whatever, right?
Yep.
Or number 2, you see where they're going, entrepreneur.com, Inc., Success Magazine, and you're looking for those places that people are writing for.
Mm-hmm.
Send them an email. Hey, saw on this date you talked about monetizing a podcast. So what I do to monetize a podcast is this.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to write about it as a guest blog or a guest person and submit it to you guys for production. Would that be something that you're interested in? Just pitch them on your take.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Or you go to Google and you search for, in quotes, or you don't have to use quotes, but I always do, and just type in "Write for Us," WRITE, Write for Us. It is every single publication that is looking for guest writers and guest bloggers and everything like that.
Yep.
If you want to get fancy, type in the + sign and your topic. Write for Us plus business plus resilience plus podcast plus speaking plus whatever. And then it'll give you all the publications that are looking for things that you can write about and are actually searching for it.
Yeah.
And that use Answer the Public to answer the public's questions.
Huge.
Now you've created content.
Huge.
Now I've taken the excuse away where I don't know what to write about. Now you do.
Yep. Huge.
Answer people's questions.
It's one of those. I knew this podcast was going to go like this. This is one of the reasons I asked you to come on. The ability to not have to try to figure out, because the answers are there. And it's funny. You reminded me of because I actually asked you on a chat, hey, what's the name of that site again? And you sent me Answer the Public.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I asked Trish, because Trish Lito was one of the first ones to ever introduce that to me. This was before,
Yeah.
I think she actually introduced it before she connected with you.
Well, I've known Trish forever.
Okay, cool. So you guys probably did know
I've
each
known
other.
Trish forever. Yeah.
Yeah, you came up on my radar only as of late because of her. But before that, she came out with Answer the Public, and I had just written her before I wrote you, and you gave me the answer, and she writes me back in true Trish Lito Ford, dude, you're killing me. And I'm like, I know, I've asked this twice before, and I thought I saved it in my bookmarks. It's saved now, but it's one of those deals where it really is not hard to come up with content. You just got to take the time, sit down, and go do some research.
Yeah, I write my content out every Sunday night. I write out my content and I post 4 times a day, 8 a.m., noon, 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern time, because those are the 4 times that you're waking up. And if you go back to Pacific time, it's like 5 a.m.
Yep.
So those are the times that people are waking up. Those are the times that people are going to lunch. Those are the times that people are going home or taking a break.
Yep. And
And
checking
those
their
are the
stuff.
times that people are getting ready for dinner, getting ready to go to bed, whatever it is.
Yep.
Right. And those are the times that people are the most engaged.
Yeah.
Is I'm on a lunch break. Let me check my phone.
Yep.
I am. I'm on my drive home. Maybe I'm carpooling. Let me check my phone.
Yep.
If it's 4 p.m. it's like 1 p.m. in Pacific. Maybe I'm taking a break, or maybe I'm on a smoke break, or maybe I'm whatever. Maybe I'm a real estate agent, and right after lunch I'm gonna check my phone real quick. But those are the times that I've noticed that people engage the most: 8, noon, 4, and 8 Eastern time.
Yep.
And I create my content, and I have every time at noon, at 4. At noon is high value content in business. At 4 is nothing but speaking. At 8 p.m. it's a recap, or hey, remember to do this, or hey, just some reminders. And then 8 a.m. is usually a resilience one.
Yeah.
It's how to become resilient in your finances, in your spiritual life, in your business, like how to become resilient. So my topics are those 4 topics. I speak on resilience, leadership, team building, team performance, and business positioning strategies. I talk about those 4 topics religiously. So that is what I talk about at those specific times, Monday through Friday. And I create 4 pieces of content between audio, written, and visual 4 times a day. And then a 5th time, if you count my podcast, because I do my podcast.
So how long does it take you to do that on Sunday?
About 2 hours.
And it's just using that process of going through answer the public.
Answer the public.
Sweet. See, that's
so I know resilience, and so I pick a topic. So this week, my resilience post is about finances and building wealth. How many streams of income do you have? I currently have 8 streams of income. So most millionaires that I know have 7 streams of income.
at least.
Most millionaires I know with those streams of income is mostly in real estate. They
Yeah.
own rental properties,
Yep.
commercial real estate. Real estate is where you build wealth.
Yeah.
I hate to admit it. I hate everything about admitting that. But if you want to build wealth, it's going to be in real estate.
Yeah. It's still the oldest.
But I have passive income, and you can have passive income. You have an online course, you have a book, your podcast is monetization.
Sure. You can monetize
Speaking,
on. Yep.
coaching.
You can
Anything
invest in other
monetize.
businesses as well. There's always the other ones that you can. You don't have to be an active part. You can always
Yep.
be an investor. I mean, that was what cash flow quadrant from Kiyosaki.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. I don't. There's not a lot that I like about Robert Kiyosaki.
I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about
barely-
the content that was put out. I mean,
Yeah.
he didn't. Well, we won't talk about who actually wrote the book.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I try not to follow too much of what he says. So what I do as a healthy exercise is I say podcast monetization. This will help you because your podcast.
Cool.
I say
Thanks.
podcast monetization. How do I do it? Okay. I am delivering a podcast. What do I know about audio? I can take advertisements like commercials. Okay. I could do commercials. So who's going to pay for that?
Yeah.
So commercials. Okay. So advertising, that's the industry. Advertising. Well, what can I advertise? I can advertise other podcasters. You could charge me $250 a month to have a beginning part of your show that says, hey, Sean Douglas, host of Life Transformation Radio, and you're listening to Michael Killinkiki.
Yeah.
Kinney, however the hell you say your damn last name.
I'll teach you after.
And his show, right? And his show, make sure you subscribe and leave a rating and review on his podcast, as well as Life Transformation Radio, and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
And all I did was plug my show.
Yep.
I paid for that. And I said, you're listening to my friend Michael on his amazing podcast talking about, whatever.
Yeah.
And then that's it. And I got charged $250 for that. You made $250 and I got to market because people who listen to podcasts listen to multiple podcasts.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. That
So
was one of the reasons I went into this.
Right. Why podcasters are not charging other podcasters to advertise their podcast on their show, for one reason, is because I want my podcast to be the absolute best. I want to be number one. Well, that competing mindset is what keeps people broke.
Yeah. Well, and at the same time, you're not really doing yourself any favors. I mean, if you think about it, your listeners go, oh, Life Transformation is a friend of Java Chat, who's a friend of Medicine Remix, who's a friend of blah, 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 who's a friend of, oh, shit, he's networked. Wonder what these other guys talk about. They're not going to leave you.
They're not.
But they're going to start talking more about you because
Yep.
you're connected to. Yeah, I don't know why people don't get that either. That's a good point. That's a good point.
So one thing about I'm seriously considering doing this, because I got people that if you look past couple episodes, couple months ago, it's like, oh well, so I got a friend, Robert Thibodeau, Kingdom Crossroads podcast.
Nice.
for 2 months, and I do my show Tuesday through Friday live.
Yeah.
And Tuesday through Friday for 2 months, it was, hey, this is Robert Thibodeau with Kingdom Crossroad Podcast, and you're listening to my friend Sean Douglas on Life Transformation Radio. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review our shows. And now your host, Sean Douglas. Please enjoy the show. And that was it.
Yeah.
Right? I would gladly pay somebody $200, maybe $300. You know, maybe not for like 4 episodes if they do it like once a week, but for my show, you know, somebody should be jumping and chomping at the bit to be like, wow, Tuesday through Friday, 4 times. That's 4 shows. That's 16 episodes. I'm going to get 16 episodes a month.
Yep.
Yeah, let me invest in that.
Yep.
Because the listeners are going to hear that show repetitiously over and over and over.
And your show's number 1 right at the front. Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
Right. And my friend Robert, his listenership, his downloads, way up.
Wow.
Way up.
Yeah.
So maybe I do it by week. Maybe me as a host, I do it by week. Maybe I say for this week, you know, here's 4 episodes. Maybe it's $100.
Yeah.
I don't know. $100. I don't know. The going rate right now is about $25 to $75 per 1,000 downloads. But here's the thing, and I'm preaching a lot about this. Downloads do not equal listeners.
That's true.
Spreaker, if you look, Spreaker will tell you 1,000 downloads, 5 listens.
Yeah.
It kills me. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What? So
Why did you even
Blog
download
Talk
it?
Radio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I use Blog Talk Radio. Blog Talk Radio actually tells me how many people actually listened and downloaded my show. And it's ridiculous. I got hundreds of thousands of downloads. But guess what? 27,000 people across 74 countries have listened to my show. Listened.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? It tells me exactly. Now, if I said, man, how many downloads do you have? I'm like, 200,000. They're like, that's incredible. 27,000 people listen to my show. They're like, wait.
How's that
What?
possible? Yeah. Well,
Like, wait, what?
because they're on the wrong
Downloads do not equal
KPI.
listens.
Yeah, they're on the wrong KPI. They're not looking at the right.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
We were
so
just
how does that translate into dollars? Likes on a post do not equal dollars.
That's right.
Likes on a Facebook page do not equal dollars. If you are buying likes through
Oh.
ad campaigns, stop it.
Yep. Yeah. It's not
Likes
needed.
do not equal dollars. Followers do not equal
That's right.
dollars. Stop it.
Yep.
I have almost 2,000 people on my page.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 2,000 people on my page. I don't buy likes. I don't buy followers. I invite people. Oh, invite this and do this and invite this, you know, whatever. Now, what I do have are people that want to work with me every month because of the content that I put out and the podcasts that I'm on 60 shows a year. I do 16 episodes of my show a month. The guests that I bring on the show, the content that I create, the relationships that I'm building, and the referrals. I pay a referral fee. 37% of my business is based on referrals.
Yeah.
And so I have exactly where I want it to be. I'm not taking out a bunch of ads. I'm not buying likes and followers. Like, people are listening to the wrong people.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to listen to somebody who is doing what you want to do at the level that you want to do it at, making the money verified, making the money that you want to make. That's who you follow.
Yep.
And so you only follow those 1, 2, or 3 people. Don't follow 20, 30 people. Because Dave Ramsey says, debt is dumb, cash is king. Grant Cardone says, I love debt. Give me some debt, and I'll leverage that debt to build my wealth.
Yeah.
He leverages debt.
Yeah.
Which means he'll buy rental properties on a loan.
Yep.
Dave Ramsey says, pay cash for everything.
Yeah. 2 different perspectives.
2 different perspectives trying to get the same goal,
Yeah.
to build wealth.
Yep.
So who's right? How do I know who's right? Follow people who are doing what you want to do at the level that you want to do it at, making the money verified that you want to do it. Ask for referrals. Oh, you're a speaker coach? How many people have you coached?
Coached, yeah.
18. Awesome. Can I get 5 of those guys to talk to? Can I get some
References.
references?
Yeah.
And if they say, what? No, but like, then I'm not going to do business with you.
Yeah.
I have no problem. Like, I got testimonial videos. I got, you know what I mean? And I know for a fact that there's a guy Not, I already mentioned his name just like a couple seconds ago, who will pay $5,000. I can pay him $5,000 and he'll endorse anything I want.
Nice.
I'm not even joking.
That's awesome.
You know how stupid that is? You know what I mean? Like, if I get to that guy's level and I'm like, I want a lot of debt. Yes, use this loan company or buy this guy's stuff. And yeah, all I did was get paid for that endorsement.
Yeah.
And now I look awesome because this guy endorsed me. But what nobody knows is that you paid for that endorsement. It's not a true endorsement.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, man, you got to do your homework. You have to get the references. You know, if you wouldn't do business with this guy and refer him to your mom, then, or your dad, or your sister, or cousins, or family, or like, if you wouldn't let them babysit your kids, don't do business with them.
Right.
And that's why the know, like, and trust factor is so important. Cultivate the know, like, and trust factor, and you have a more steady foundation. Yeah, maybe it takes longer. I have no interest in building self gratification instantly.
Yeah,
I have no interest.
Relationships take time and investment, and that's just how it goes. I mean,
100%.
A lot of the things that we're doing with LinkedIn right now, it's been interesting because I've been sending out, you know, I literally chopped out about 600 people recently because I've never heard from them. Why am I going to keep you in my network? What use am I to you, for one? And why are we connected? Why did you connect in the first place?
Right.
And I can tell you about 65% of that 600 were all people trying to pitch me their stuff. Because as I was going through the names, I was like, oh, yeah, I remember you. Oh, yeah, I remember you. Yeah, it was straight out pitch. And I'm like, yeah, nope, not happening. And what I've been doing is I've been sending out a hey, how you doing message, literally. No pitch, no nothing, just, hey, man, I'm reaching out to everybody, want to see how you're doing. Are you working on anything new? Is it cool? And I've gotten, out of probably about 600 so far that I've sent, I've gotten 4 responses. Honest responses. When I say honest, that means somebody actually wrote me back and said, hey, man, that video was cool. Really appreciate the effort. Yeah, here's what I'm working on. I literally had a conversation with somebody that I worked with previously quite a few years back. He and his brother have come up with this whole new electric 4-wheel deal, which is pretty phenomenal, and they're asking me to help them. Now, that's an equity deal. It's
sure
for another time, but the idea of it is, if you don't ask and you're not out there talking and reaching, nobody knows what you're doing. I mean,
the money's in the follow-up.
Always has been. And I think there's not enough of it. And I think a lot of the follow-ups, like, I love this one. Hi, my name's so-and-so, and I do this, and I do this, I do X, Y, Z. And I noticed you do the same thing, and I figured maybe it'd be a good idea for me to reach out to you. Knowing that I'm a business development consultant, they reach out to me, and the moment I accept, hey, so I coach people that do this, and if you want to grow your business, I'm like, dude, did you even read my profile?
Dude.
I mean,
hi, Michael. Pleasure to meet you. What do you do?
Yeah, exactly.
I hate that message.
Oh, this
is my exact response. Hi, Sean. I hope that you're doing well. What do you do? You can read my profile. That's what I do.
Yeah.
You ain't got to be rude. I already won't do business with you because you didn't take the time to learn about me.
Yeah.
It's all about you.
Yeah.
Because on my Facebook profile, it says, I work with entrepreneurs, speakers, and business owners to improve their positioning in the marketplace.
Yep.
I am a radio host, TEDx speaker, Success Core, Live Your Brand, clothing line. It's all
listed.
There.
I've seen it.
You go on
It's
LinkedIn,
listed.
Right?
Yep.
You go on
listed.
LinkedIn and it says #1 master resiliency trainer, TEDx speaker and TEDx coach, speaker trainer, radio show host.
How do you miss that?
It's there.
How do you miss that?
And you know what messages I get? Hi, Michael. How are you? What do you do?
Oh,
mother.
Well, in my case, it gets even better. It's kind of like, I noticed you do this. I would love to connect with you and exchange ideas. I'm like, no, you don't. You want to pitch me your crap the moment I say yeah. And sure enough, it never failed. So thanks for connecting. I would love to talk to you a little bit more about, when do you have time to connect? And I'm like, I don't. I'm sorry. When did I say I wanted to connect with you about what you do? We haven't even started a conversation here yet. All I did was say connect. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm missing something here, but I think you might have missed what it is that I do.
Or the pick your brain one. Hey, would love to pick your brain.
Nope.
And I say, here's what I say. I said, you know what? That's amazing. Would love to do that. The first 20 minutes are free, and then my brain is worth $197 every hour after that.
2 hour,
like, okay,
2 hour minimum. 2 hour minimum.
Yeah. 2 hour minimum. Yeah. And they go, okay, have a nice day.
Yeah.
And they don't want anything to do with it.
Oh, I had one guy. I had one guy that was classic.
So mad that people want things for free.
Oh,
do you understand the power in hiring a coach or hiring a mentor to get, like, that's the barrier to entry.
Yeah.
If you want something for free, stop posting in Facebook groups. Here's my favorite one. Hi guys, I have a client who's experiencing this, not really sure how to help them. Then why the freaking hell are you a coach?
Yeah, how'd you get in there? How'd you sell them? How did you even sell them?
Why are they even doing business with you? I have no freaking idea, but it just doesn't make any sense, you know? So that's my favorite one. Or they post in there like, hi, how do you get booked to speak? Gee, I don't know. Did you search the Facebook group in a speaker group and say, get booked to speak? Because I'm sure there's like 11 different posts
If
that
not,
are on that
yeah.
Facebook group.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's a ton of posts. Did you Google? Did you YouTube? Like, the amount of people that want something for free is atrocious.
What drives me nuts is that the amount of information that is out there that is free on the YouTubes, on the groups, and all of that stuff that you can actually take action on and actually. I'm in one group for LinkedIn. That girl shares so much free content. I've employed maybe 2. My profile's different. My responses are different. My strategies have changed some. Duh. I mean, if you just read what was there and take the time to go and, I'm all over YouTube on shit when it comes time for, like, especially when I have to create a graphic. I have or I have to do something and use Adobe After Effects. Dude, the whole friggin' course. Dude, the whole course on Adobe After Effects, on Premiere Pro. You can become a freaking expert video editor in, like, I don't know, a week.
Yep.
You can't keep excusing yourself for asking stupid questions like that. I mean, yeah, there's no dumb questions, but there are stupid ones.
Well, it just shows that you're not willing to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
And if you're not willing to invest in yourself, then why should me or Michael?
Yeah.
Like literally, why should we take the time to invest in you if you're not willing to invest in yourself?
Yeah.
I have a $47 ebook. This ebook gets people to speak, like, gets them booked.
Yeah.
Like, this literally is my business model. And people won't even pay the $47. They're like, man, I really want to get booked to speak. I'm like, how bad do you want it? Man, I want it so bad. Is it worth $47? Well, no. I mean, I was just hoping to get, pick your brain. I'm like, for $47, you have my entire business model inside of a damn ebook.
Yeah.
Like, you're not willing to, and I literally have had people buy this and go, holy crap, I just got paid $5,000. Like, oh my God, I just got booked on 6 podcasts, 2 speaking engagements, and I have a 3rd one coming up. Like, people have literally written me the most awesomest testimonials, and still, well, I didn't think I'd have to pay for it. I got nothing for you. You know what? I know that I'm already going to beat you. Like,
Yeah.
if we're comparing, if we're competing, you're not even in the game.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
If you're not willing to invest in yourself, I'm not saying tens of thousands of dollars, $47. You can't pay $47.
Yeah. Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, right. So if you, as a coach or a speaker, can't invest in yourself of $50, $100, $500, then why is an event planner going to book you to speak for thousands and thousands of dollars?
By the way, this translates into anything on the traditional side too, with what we do.
Anything.
It doesn't matter because it's a simple fact of how much you're going to invest in your own head. You got
100%.
If you got the passion, the investment in head is not a problem. There is no problem. It's straight up investing. For me, my biggest problem is reading. I've got like 6 books I got to get through, and that's whittled down from 10. Just so you know, I've actually gotten through 4.
Can I tell you something funny?
and listening to others while I'm at it too.
Can I?
Yeah, go
can I tell you something funny?
Go ahead.
I don't read books.
Some do, some
I don't
don't.
believe in reading. I don't believe in reading books.
I
I'm gonna
do.
tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Podcasts and even audiobooks, like, because it's always going to be that content. There's no book on the market. Maybe Russell Brunson's Expert Secrets. Maybe. In 10 years, that book is useless. I look at everybody says, Think and Grow Rich. What is it? Win Friends and Influence People. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Those
Yeah.
are the timeless classics, right?
Mhm.
They're great books.
Yep.
They're amazing. Is that book going to be relevant in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? Like, I don't know. It was written in the 30s. It's still relevant. That's awesome. But is it? John Maxwell leadership books. Here's what I read. I read entrepreneur.com, Success, Inc., Forbes, Huffington Post. I read articles. Hey, Facebook's coming out with this one thing. Hey, this is how you build relationships today in 2019. Hey, this is how you now. If they said if it was like how to win friends and influence people in the digital age, which is a book that came out last year or 2 years ago, I would totally read that. Right. So my problem with books is that it's a fixed mindseted topic.
It is.
You know,
it's based on a perspective.
Let's say that how to start your podcast. That's a book.
Yeah.
How to start your podcast.
Totally.
Then in 10 years, let's say that podcast, like you're doing podcasts. How stupid are you? And somebody recommends this book, man. If you want to start a podcast, read this book. Like nobody has podcasts. That's ludicrous. You know, like that book is useless.
Yeah.
So cool. Amazon bestseller, New York Times. Cool. But for business, I'm going to read Entrepreneur, Success, Forbes, Inc., Huffington Post, and I'm going to follow what the people who are doing what I want to do. I'm going to follow what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow their email list. I'm going to follow their guidance. I want to know now, today. I don't know any book on the market that teaches you how to do Facebook ads. Where is it? Who has one?
There isn't one. There's
You know what it is?
There's short
Online courses and podcasts.
Yep.
Tell you how to do Facebook ads. If you want to do a Facebook ad, you're going to search on Amazon how to do a Facebook ad. There might be a book, maybe. But there's online courses and podcasts and YouTube and Google and like written, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I personally don't hold as much weight on a book as before.
Yeah. I
just don't.
The only reasons that I go after certain books like Russell Brunson's Expert Secrets is there's a lot of philosophy in it.
100%.
There's some other books. There's some other books, and those are the kinds of things for either that or self-development, personal development. Excuse me. Like one of the books I have is Understanding Michael Potter, and he's the noted expert on business strategy. You don't see a lot of that stuff out there.
Right.
You see the application and results of it in a lot of the stuff that you read online. You'll see that in Entrepreneur. You'll see that in Success and Forbes, because they're applying his principles or his takes on the principles. But he's very academic, so that's the kind of stuff I can read. I don't get into the fad readings, you know, like what you just said, a book on Facebook ads, only because funny story, I was probably one of the first people to try Facebook ads when they had no idea what the hell they were doing. It came out, the first version of it, I think came out somewhere in 06, I want to say, 06, 07. And it was a completely new deal. I mean, fresh out the gate, I got a note saying, hey, would you like to try our ads platform? At the time, I was Google certified.
Okay.
So I took the Google parameters and applied it to the Facebook's ad platform, and I ran some ads. Dude, the next day I was shut off completely. My whole account was shut off. And I wrote in and I'm like, I don't understand. What did I do wrong? What do I need to do to reinstate? I mean, I'm sorry. I apologize if I did something incorrect. I was actually using Google's parameters for ads. I promise you, this is the response I got. We are sorry. No, we apologize. We're not exactly sure what happened. Please. No, this was how it felt in my mind. This is what was playing out. We thank you for being understanding. Your account has been unlocked. They shut down their ads platform about, I think, a couple weeks after that. but it was because they were testing something and they had no idea what the hell was going to happen because they had a whole bunch of Google people that were on Facebook and were ready to try it. Dude, it was
Right.
it was better because Google had already strengthened up their whole premise of how you design an ad and stuff like that, and we were looking at it from the standpoint of untapped territory, new frontier. Let's go play. I mean, the Can Spam Act had just really started taking hold and all that kind of stuff, so we knew email was going out the window as far as that was concerned. And ads on Facebook? Who'da thunk it? This guy right here. I had numerous arguments with a former CEO of another business development company. He says, you can't sell anything on Facebook. It will never make money. Are you kidding me? It is a media platform. It will sell media. He goes, no, it'll never happen. I still rib him every once in a while. I say, hey, I know I probably shouldn't, but still think Facebook can't make money? And he just looks at me with the look on his face like, you're an asshole.
How about those Facebook ads, everybody?
Well, and at the time we were talking about it, there wasn't Facebook ads. It was just Facebook. And it had just started because I had come off on MySpace because MySpace was getting stupid. The over-customization was just bad. Great for model talent searching, but
complicated as hell, too.
Oh, dude. Anyway, but back to the point. I understand that it's better to read those things. I'll see stuff come up from Forbes Success and what's the other one? Entrepreneur.com every once in a while on LinkedIn. I go through and I look at some of the other suggested things when it comes to marketing and so on, and I'll go read those articles, and if they make sense, like I just found out a CEO of one of the companies got mad at Google because Google was shaking him down. He's number one on SEO. He's number one, and then there's the three ads that are above. It's all his competitors. And he's like, that's such a shakedown. So what does he do? He creates a single ad that simply says, "This is just so you see us more." I mean, literally, it's just the verbiage is very simple. It's just this is a placeholder. You want to see us? Just look down one more level or click on this link, and it's to knock the other two ads either higher or out. Yeah. And he's paying for it, but he's like, this is the kind of shakedown that Google likes to play. They talk about do no evil, and yet here they're doing this.
I mean, there's some CEOs that are fine with paying $25 a click.
Yeah,
and they're onboarding customers at $6,000 a customer.
And this is the problem that I have in it.
We'll never match that budget.
No, but we can beat it now, and that's one of the things that I've been really digging into is things with identity resolution and machine learning and deep learning. That's what I've been studying for the last 6-7 months. Only to learn that what he's doing, he doesn't necessarily have to do at $25,000 to $6,000 a click, because he will own the data. It's different. It's changing, and that's that. We can talk more about that later. But the idea of it is that it doesn't have to be that way. Again, the point being, when I see articles like that, I like sharing that kind of stuff because it's like, well, here's one of the guys that's doing it, and I like the fact that he's doing it the way he's doing it. He's kind of just paintbrushing Google, going, okay, you can take some of my money, but I'm taking up space, and you're not going to screw me like that. I mean, I want to learn from guys like that because that's creative thinking. That's absolute creative thinking, and I think there's not enough of that.
I agree,
brother. Man, jeez, we've been going, bro. We've been going good. We've been going really.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, no, totally. Tell everybody where they can find you.
Go to www.thesuccesscore, thesuccesscore.com. And if you want to check out my clothing line, go to lybclothinginc.com. All over Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And I'm on TikTok as The Success Core.
You are on TikTok?
Bro.
Totally following you. Totally following you.
Check this out. I just started my TikTok last week.
Okay.
I played around with it, made a couple episodes, whatever. I'm going to take 1 minute of my speeches as a speaker and put it on TikTok. I'm then going to take 1 minute of my podcast as an audiogram, and I'm going to put some music behind it and put it on TikTok. That's my TikTok strategy.
That's a nice TikTok strategy. I've got a bunch of, that's my loony place. That's the one place where I get to play as a creative and just have fun.
Sure. I want to know how they make half these videos. I'm like, this is awesome.
Dude, some of these creators are just unbelievably talented. I don't know.
I wonder what platforms, like what software are you using? Like, what is that program? Like, how did you do that? How did you cut and chop that? I seen one where a guy dove through a TV and then onto the desk I'm like, how did they do that?
Okay, so that was produced.
So they jump and then their clothes change.
Yeah. So there is a way to do
I'm
that
like,
where
what?
it's a timer on TikTok. TikTok actually has the ability to do that on its own platform. That's the stuff that I'm still trying to learn, and I'm connecting with those creators to figure that stuff out. Dude, just like today, I did one where you can time your text, how long when it pops in, when it pops out, how long it stays, all that kind of stuff. You can do that just with text. Duh, dude, it's not hard.
It's only from your phone though, right? It's only from your
It's
phone.
right from the app. You don't have to go anywhere. You can do it all right in the app. It's insane. These creators though, let me make something real clear. They have a lot of time to putz around with this stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have time.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
be really clear. If you want to get like super special and shit like that, you're gonna need some time. But on the short end of it, if you're just sharing a little bit of time of your speeches, the text is not hard to do. The icons are the stickers are not hard to do. If you want to put a sound bite behind it, that's not hard to do.
Right.
It takes a couple minutes. The really involved stuff where you see guys jumping up and down and changing shit and doing these transitions and mirrors and stuff, that takes time.
Yes.
That takes time.
That's got to be a high dollar producing like
I've seen the behind
iPhone.
Nope,
Like
I've seen behind. They actually do behind the scenes and show you how they do it. It just takes time and it takes patience and practice. And the moment you get it right, dude, it's seamless. And you're looking at it going, yeah, it's frustrating, dude. I want to do some of those too. It's just like
I want to do some of those.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll try to find some of the creators that do the behind the scenes. So then you can follow them. And dude, every video they do, the next one right after that, they're showing you the behind the scenes. It's like,
oh hell yeah.
Yeah, those are the guys I love following because it's just like, you did what? The cosplayers are trippy. Those kids are talented as F too, man. They're nuts. Anyway, so I'll need those links because I'm gonna post that in both the podcast and on the live here.
Yep.
Dude, that's
I'll send you my media page.
that please.
I have a media page that that has like all the links, like everything.
Even better. That way I'd only put one link on there. That's perfect.
Bios, headshots, all that stuff.
Oh, cool. All right, cool. So a huge thanks to you, my
Absolutely.
man. I really enjoyed having you on the podcast with us. And
The longest show I've done, man. This is awesome. We had some heavy conversation.
Well, and I had to stifle myself from 3 more heavy conversations that we could have had. So we should probably do this again.
We'll do it again.
Yeah,
and then I'll have you on my show.
I would love to. There's some definite rabbit holes that I know you and I would need to run down as far as business development is concerned.
Oh yeah.
Because what you've already said, although you say it applies to what you teach as far as speaking and podcasting and stuff, dude, it completely applies to corporate. It completely applies to, and then we didn't even get into corporate training stuff. So I definitely, we need to come do this again.
Oh, we got to do that.
Yeah, we still got to do that. If you want to follow him, check his media page, all of his social, all his links, everything's on there. Thanks again for hanging out with us. My coffee finished like about an hour ago. Caffeinated. There's a thing going around on TikTok right now with Harry Potter. Everybody's calling themselves Professor whatever, and I was like, okay, I'm called Professor Caffeine. How's that? I'll be the caffeinated professor. It's been a joy. It's been an absolute joy, and it's been an absolute honor, brother. And again, thank you for your investment of time and service with the USAF. I'm kind of hoping my son goes there. It might be awesome.
Be awesome.
Yeah, he's actually. Well, we'll get into that another time. Thank you again for what you do for everybody here, guys. If you missed any part of this, please go back. He dropped at least 6 that I can think of right now, and I'm pretty sure there's more. He dropped at least 6 different golden nuggets that you can absolutely take action on, like freaking today. I mean, today. Don't excuse yourself from taking the action you need to. I mean, I'm already thinking about what articles I can write for tomorrow. Dude, it's on. But thank you, all of you that are listening on Anchor.fm. Appreciate you. Make sure you share this out. Those of you that are watching this online on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe. Hang out. Check out some of the other interviews that I have. I got some great people that give some great information, some great golden nuggets. And by all means, do take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Love each other. You know, we have a very somber day today to remember those who lost their lives, and keep praying for the ones who are still struggling, because we're still losing people. Our first responders that were working there at Ground Zero are also suffering and still fighting their battles as well. So love you all. Take care of each other. Peace for now. Ciao, ciao. It just takes so friggin' long for that to